I used to suffer from OCD. I was obsessive compulsive about a ton of different things, about washing my hands until they would bleed and crack because they would be so dry. And also just OCD about things being a certain way. So let me explain to you a little bit of how OCD works, the reason why our brains go into doing those types of behaviors, and how I was able to stop my brain from doing that. So I noticed when I would be more stressed and have more things that were just going on in my life that I didn't like or that I couldn't control, that is when the OCD would get the worst. That was when I would go back and check the door 5 different times. Walk up and down the stairs to go make sure that it's still locked when I know that I locked it. That's when I would wash my hands a ton. That's when I would have to have things a certain way. I realized that the OCD was just something that I was utilizing so that I could have control. Because I felt like everything else in my life was out of control. And so if I could micromanage those little things, then I had control over something. Once I realized that, I was able to start changing it. Being aware of something and finding out why we do certain things is the first step. You have to be aware of what's causing it. So many times we want to just throw medicine at things. We just want like this cure all of a sudden. But we don't want to get down to like the root problem, the root cause. And if we just continue to like mask things, then it's just going to continue to get worse. And it's just going to be like putting another Band-Aid on it, putting another Band-Aid on it. That doesn't fix anything. So I had to figure out what it was that was causing that. And it was life. Life was causing it. And then that's a problem, right? That's a problem because how do I change life? Because life is going to be life, like, especially now. But guess what? I'm not washing my hands a bazillion times. I'm washing them enough, but I'm not going back and like checking the door a whole bunch of times. I'm not, like super micromanaging, maybe just a little bit, but not to the extent that I used to. The way that you're able to combat that is by getting mindful, practicing mindfulness, getting quiet, slowing down. So mindfulness is just a simple little tool that you step out of the situation, right? And you basically step back in to yourself. And vice versa. So I know this may sound like a little bit of a paradox, but mindfulness is slowing down. So you're stepping back into yourself, but then you're stepping out of yourself at the same time. So like stopping for a minute and listening to the fan. Listening to something that you don't usually listen to, like looking for a sound or looking for something in the room. Like focus on the way that your toe feels right now. Like we don't really pay attention to that. Like we know that it's there, but bringing your awareness to that thing. Or stepping outside and bringing your awareness outside of you. That is what mindfulness is. It's slowing down. It's taken us away from the situation. So I hope that makes I hope that makes sense. I still think I have a hard time explaining mindfulness, but there's a ton of videos on YouTube about mindfulness. But just realizing what it is that's causing your OCD. Are you using it as a control, a form of control? Because that's what I was using it for. And once I realized and separated myself from the problems of the world, and like, yeah, things still get stressful sometimes. Like that's life. But my tools in being able to handle it are so much better. And I don't allow it to penetrate into me as a person. I separate the two. And it takes work. It takes a lot of work to learn how to do that. Because we like to think that the problems that are happening to us are part of us. They're not part of us. It's just a situation. It's an opportunity to grow. So, anyways, that's it. That's all. Have a lovely day. I never know how to end these videos. It's just weird. It's weird ending the videos. All right. Have a wonderful day. Wash your hands, but don't wash them until they bleed or crack. Okay? All right. Subscribe, like this video, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.